Hey guys, what's up? This is Tom Burkhardt from Car-Revs Daily, out for our first drive in the 2016 Scion IA. This is an all-new compact sedan with a base price of $16,000, competing with vehicles like the Fiesta, Chevy Sonic, Hyundai Accent, and and Nissan Versa. So this is a pretty cool car. It looks really good outside and has a fantastic cabin with a standard display audio screen, touch screen when the car is stopped, and then as the car is moving, you have a control knob interface here. And this is a Mazda-based system for the infotainment, as is the entire vehicle. So what that means is that this is the first time the Mazda 2 has been made in a four-door sedan, guys. As you know, abroad and in many international markets, the Mazda 2 is sold as a three-door, and then in the U.S. we just got that five-door, which is new and is also going to come to the U.S. market for 2016. But this Scion IA is the first time that you've had a four-door Scion sedan, first off, and then the second first is that a Mazda 2 sedan. So what is such a big deal about that? So the reason that this is such a great coup in terms of product for Scion is that Mazda is on a crazy roll right now. From the CX-3 to the CX-5, new Mazda 6 and Mazda 3. I mean, these are the best cars in their segment. They're absolutely really fun to drive, and have stellar cabins. They're usually extremely quiet and have sort of like an understated elegance outside. And that's really coming together for the 2016 Mazda 6, CX-3, and CX-5 in particular, with cool LEDs and stuff. Whereas the Mazda 3 is, a fantastic machine, but is not quite as posh outside as those new Mazda generations. So this Scion IA falls into that like more humble bucket, thanks to its really low and affordable pricing. You've got like, I think 15.7 is the base for the 6-speed manual, and this is a mono spec car, so there's just one trim choice, and then it's like 16,400, I believe, for the automatic transmission option. And then from there, the only other option you have is to buy a navigation SD card that just plugs into the system and then is able to provide those navigation functions. So that's pretty, I mean, that low price point means that outside you're not going to be able to get big wheels, you're not going to be able to get cool LEDs all around and DRLs and stuff like that. There's just no way to afford it and make it a marketable car for them. So what Mazda and Scion have done for the IA, I should say, is that this car has an extremely sculpted and seductive, almost pretty sexy design, which for a four-door subcompact, as you know, is extremely rare. The Ford Fiesta from the back is, the sedan is the worst looking vehicle on the road, 100%. And the Chevy Sonic sedan is not great either. I guess the best looking alternative you might have is the Hyundai Accent, but even that isn't really, it has some fresh detailing in the appearance package for the GLS with those LEDs, but overall is very familiar. I mean, looks like almost every Hyundai for years and years. So this Scion IA is going to make a huge name for itself by having really these giant sculpted flowing lines moving from the front wheel wells, and then also some like pinched rear shoulders that come from the trunk area across the body sides. It's very modern and avant-garde, the way that the interplay of the lines works and forms sort of a continuous flow around the vehicle. And that's only its profile. I mean, the IA is really stunning, especially from the front. The nose of this vehicle is gorgeous. It's for a subcompact with an out-the-door price of $17K max. This is the best looking nose you could ever dream of. What makes it so cool and unique and fresh is that it has an extremely long hood line. So that hood flows all the way to the top point of the down into the front bumper, you could say, and onto that grille. And having that long hood line gives a really sort of like slinky impression. It's like vaguely Aston Martin-ish. Certainly looks like almost rear drive, which for a subcompact, obviously unheard of. And then it also has a really cool single frame lower intake with gloss black bumper piece and some nice ribs down below. And to the side of that is sort of like a stacked cascading set of creases in that front bumper that look aggressive, almost like Lexus-like in their design aesthetic, but not at all like a Lexus spindle grille. So all in all, this IA is all new and very, very fresh. It's going to be a huge asset for Scion in the market when it arrives on September 1st, because this is really the car that the market has been screaming out for. I mean, people who want a car that's really fun to drive, super efficient to a ridiculous level, and even has a bigger trunk than the Corolla. This is a 13.5 cubic feet trunk versus the Corolla's 13. So you just take a small trade-off in interior volume, like a rear seat width and a little bit of legroom is the downside for having this much cheaper option. But the upside is huge. You have Mazda style handling and really like joyful performance. In just a quick drive a few minutes ago, we were sampling the handling dynamics, and this car is extremely frisky on loose surfaces. There's a lot of like sort of like semi-playful oversteer, and lots of need to have the traction control off when you're in sort of curvy mountainous driving or any kind of twisty road, which is so rare for the segment. I can't even really impress upon you how special it is to have a really fun and chuckable subcompact. So how did they make this vehicle come to life? Well, there have been some trade-offs, along the way. One of them is that to get to a 40 mile per gallon highway efficiency level and an overall, stunning level of fuel miserliness, they have a teeny engine. The Scion IA runs a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder, making 106 horsepower, which is terrifying until you realize that the IA only weighs 2,400 pounds, which is so light. It's crazy. I mean, I believe that's a few hundred pounds lighter than even the new MX-5, which is one of the most playful flyweight vehicles on the market. So that's pretty special. And some of the other trade-offs though are the fact that the interior doesn't have quite the level of NVH and silence of the other Mazdas in the lineup. Like the Mazda 3, for example, and Mazda 6 are like uncannily quiet on the road, whereas this Scion IA is not. I mean, it's fine like around town, as we saw, but on the highway there is a little bit of rumble, like wind rumble and road rumble. Not a big deal for the price level. People will be thrilled with this vehicle, particularly with the cabin quality. So despite it being like a little bit noisier than more expensive vehicles, it is a really good interior for 16K. It's really hard to beat this level of material quality, tech integration. So we have like some carbon weave wrap for this, like a leather effect for the dash, stitched there. We got a new screen. I mean, we got a lot of really premium design elements that will endear the Scion IA to you for many years. Like this really cool 3-spoke steering wheel, like black chrome accents along the gear lever. It's really just all working for the car, inside and out. So 2016 Scion IA, all new for people considering a Camry or a Nissan Versa, Accent, Sonic. I mean, anybody who's really in the market for an unbreakable all new car for considerably less than 20 grand will be thrilled with this new Scion. So, all right, this is Tom Burkhardt for Car Revs Daily. Check over on the website for the full review and lots of photos of this all new Scion IA. See ya.